Hey, Josh G, what's up on Rumble? Starts the show. Thank you, bro. Hell yeah. I was wondering. I was like, where's my people at, man? Aren't we going to do a live show?
Prepare yourself.
I know it's Sunday, but come on, man. Wake up, folks.
Prepare yourself.
Josh G on the Rumble. Where we can do whatever we want.
Security, I bleed for you, my eyes burn, my point is no, 'cause you'll never learn. You'll never learn, I bleed for you. You'll never learn, I bleed for you. You'll never learn, I bleed, I bleed. Lying and dying is hard to read. Let's hear from your mouth of your own feed. Shut up your mouth and mouth and sound unit. Sick of your loathsome little dick. Line and take your cash and your chips. We still ain't wanting self-loathing hypocrite. Blame it on Rio, all the woman ain't ready. My pussy can play herself. It's all yours.
It starts with an F. Bullshit! Fuck you! 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 Fuck you all my brothers! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you, Chef! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you all! Fuck you, motherfuckers! Fuck you, Hollywood! Fuck you! Fuck you, motherfuckers! Fuck you! Fuck you all!
Hello, Trendy. It's Trendy Day reporting in live from Orlando, Florida, home of Trendy. I dabs in all things Trendy, where you'll find me and you and the hashtag Trendy's on all forms of social media, especially rumble.com/user/Nave's Garden. That's where everyone should be. That's why I say it every show. Rumble, 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 rumble. Why aren't you there? You will crumble if you're not on Rumble. Yes, we are here for the show of the day. Hello, everybody. Let's move this camera back over for now. Get right with ourselves. Yes, that's very good. Let's get in focus, too. Can we focus? Can we focus? Focus power. Let's turn the lights on. It's not focusing. I thought I had autofocus on. There it goes. I was like, what the hell? Why aren't I in focus? Hey, my skin finally looks good today. Why can't I be in focus today? Hippie chick, Josh G, hello. Okay, hippie chick and Josh G, hello. Wow, nobody's on any of the other channels. Okay, that's crazy. Let's just take a look over here. Great. The kick is good, and I have to refresh the. I have to pop out the chat for Rumble here. And the Rumble goes right there. Perfect. Nikki, raid. What? What are you doing up this early? How can you raid me this early? Deadpool, hello. I mean, I love you, but how can you do this? Do you have people watching right now? It's 6:03 p.m. here. Oh my God! Are you still in Russia? Did you never come back to the United States? God, I'm so out of touch. I went back to USA and then came back to Russia. Okay, you went back to Russia. Wow. Well, bring the raid. Bring the raid. Where's the rest of your folks? Well, definitely. I'm happy with just you, though. So I can teach English. Oh my God, cat. I don't know. Maybe they're sleepy. I don't know. Oh, I'll tell you why. It's probably because you're on Twitch and they probably have to be subscribed to me for like a couple of minutes before they can say anything. That might be it. I don't know. I don't know I can't keep up with all the rules. I wish all the rules on all social media were all the same across all platforms. It would make it so much easier. I don't know if my cat was inside or outside just now. Isn't that weird? He was outside. I'm watching the playback. He was outside. I thought he wanted to come in, then he goes back out again. He's psycho. He is a psycho. All cats are. Oh, you said, oh my God, cat. Ah, that's what you were saying. Ah, I got you now. Can you let the cat in? I can let the cat in, but the cat doesn't want to come in. The cat just wants to use power and power trip and just show everybody that he has the power to make me do stuff. He's like, watch, I can make him open the window. All I have to do is jump up on the sill. And he'll open the window because he's a fool. Because I'm not going in there. I ain't going in there. It's classic Harls. Lol, classic Harls, says Josh G. Who else do we got here? So, Nikki, you know what? Let's give all of your friends the Rumble chat. And if they want to come over to Rumble, which is where I recommend you go as well, because I think, Nikki, no offense, I love you, but I think your days are numbered on Twitch. And I think you should just move to Rumble now and take all of your people and bring them to Rumble. That's what I'm doing. My days are numbered on YouTube. And I guarantee you your days are numbered on Twitch. Yeah, good. Start using it. Start using Rumble and bring all of your people there, man. You cannot trust Twitch anymore. Man, if they're gonna ban Destiny, you know, for having an opinion about something they disagree with, and it's fucking Destiny, then they could ban you and me and not even think about it. You know, we're just dandruff to them. And they just go like that off their shoulder, and we're gone. So, yeah. Come on over to Rumble and tell your friends if they want to come to Rumble. They could probably chat immediately on Rumble. I don't know if there's like a time limit on Rumble. I think you could come right in and start chatting on Rumble. I'm not sure. You might have to just follow my channel. But just click follow and then I think you could participate in my chat. It might be a 1 minute delay. But consider it, guys. Consider coming to Rumble if you can't talk over there on Twitch, if I'm not seeing your chat. Man, is the chat coming? Are they saying anything? Well, I can see your chat on Twitch, so I guess no one else is saying anything. But, okay. Cool. I don't need a lot of people. It's early. I'm just starting. I want to talk about Mitch McConnell and Chuck Schumer totally coming to an agreement that this war needs to continue. What was Destiny banned for? Zoop. A Zoop coming in from Nikki's channel. Hello, welcome. Follow me along on Twitch, Zoop, for sure. Destiny was banned for having an opinion, I believe, on gender pronouns. Or one third rail. It was a third rail issue. It was a third rail topic. But, you know, whatever your opinion is, it's your opinion. God forbid you have an opinion that differs from the gods over there at Twitch, that they block you and ban you. You know, so he's doing great, man. He's doing great. He left Twitch because fuck Twitch. He went to Rumble and Kick, and he's kicking ass over there. And YouTube, his YouTube channel's blowing up too. So screw Twitch. They're losing out on so much revenue from that stupid decision. Twitch doesn't deserve your business, guys. They're silencers of opinions that differ from theirs, and you shouldn't even be there. You guys should come on over. But you know, you'll get kicked eventually. You'll find out, man. They'll get all of you. I'm sure. You know, you're talking about the kind of things that Nikki talks about. They're going to definitely come after you. They don't like that shit. Rumble, don't give a fuck. Rumble, you can say whatever you want, man. You can talk to whoever you want to talk to. There's all kinds of people over there. And, you know, a lot of the people who've been cast away from other social platforms, they end up over there. So there's also a lot of people that may have said the wrong thing at one time. You know, they might have a different opinion, might be a little, offensive in what they put out there. But, you know, if you're not willing to be offended, you probably shouldn't be on the internet in the first place. You know, my mom doesn't go on the internet. She doesn't use social media. She doesn't want to get offended. I don't blame her. Me, I don't offend so easily. So it's I can get more information this way. And I can also point out all the people that are idiots, like shut the fuck up shitlib Joe. He's such an idiot. And I love calling him out on his Twitter. And I did that this morning too. He's such an idiot, man. Some moron on TikTok, you know, it's always some fucking TikToker, puts up a video of footage from like the flooding in Turkey or something, you know, and you could tell the cars are like not American. There's long license plates. And the guy's sitting there going, well, look at New York City flooding. And everyone's like, oh my God. And Joe, shut the fuck up, shitlib, is like, it didn't rain hard enough for this. Someone's going to have to prove to me that it rained hard enough for this amount of flooding. And I'm like, well, that video's not even New York, number one. And number two, New York did flood and it did rain hard enough. Do you think somebody came with a whole bunch of buckets of water and poured it on New York, you fucking idiot? Are you that dumb that the rain went everywhere and somehow it was pumped into the streets? Shut the fuck up, shitlib. Joe, are you that fucking dumb? Oh, that's right. You watch Jimmy Dore. Your brain is completely melted because he's completely melted your brain into thinking whatever he puts in there. So, yeah. Unfortunately, we lost Shut the Fuck Up, Shitlib over a year ago. I've been trying to talk him back down, but there's no getting to that guy. He's completely over the edge in conspiracy nut job bullshit world. So, you know, I have a feeling that I have a feeling that Willie Bragg's going to come around too at some point and realize how stupid Jimmy Dore is, that he's not even worth listening to even when he's making sense. Because there's so much dis and misinformation that's seasoned in all of his bullshit that you just can't avoid it. And that, you know, to me, that's unhealthy. I don't like that. So, you know, should the war end in Ukraine? Yeah. Should we stop paying for it? Yeah. They're saying that if we stop paying for it, well, Ukraine's going to lose the war. Good. Let someone lose. Hey, America, you need to learn how to lose gracefully. Didn't sports teach you that, you fucking cunts? Weren't you all watching sports all along your whole lives and loving sports and watching sports and seeing how, you know, not always your favorite team don't always win. Sometimes they have to lose. And when they lose, they have to say, hey, you know what? You guys won. Congratulations. And give up. You know, America doesn't know how to say, you know what, we're beat. And that's not necessarily a good quality, because when you can't say you're beat, you keep getting the shit kicked out of you. You keep getting the shit kicked out of you. You keep getting fucking beat down and beat down and beat down until you've got nothing left. And that's what America is. Oh, we're still fighting. We're still fighting. We're still fighting. Yeah, we're not going to have any money. We're not going to have any healthcare. We're not going to have any food. We're not going to have any infrastructure. And oh, by the way, all of our defenses that we could use to defend against another country like China coming in here, yeah, we gave them all to Ukraine so that they could blow them all up in the middle of a battlefield with Russia and destroy all of our shit. What am I drinking? Black tea. Great question, Zoop. I am drinking coffee with some crema. A little bit of the Pete's coffee in the Keurig 3.0 this morning. Just a little bit of the coffee with the crema. I'm waiting for all the trendies to show up. All of the trendies. Too early on a Sunday morning, huh? No. Who's your favorite lib to hate? My favorite one to hate, Nancy Pelosi, Hillary Clinton, I hate those two. Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, I fucking hate them. And everyone that blindly supports them. AOC, I fucking hate her. She's a fucking turncoat. The entire squad, fucking turncoats, and liars and cunts. They deserve nothing. This fucking Bowman that pulled the goddamn fire alarm. Yeah, everyone needs to be calling his ass out and put him in jail. Because if I pulled the fire alarm anywhere and it wasn't fire, I'd be going to prison for that shit. So how the fuck does he get to scream fire in a crowded building and not go to prison for it? Isn't that against the law? How the fuck? How the fuck has he still got his seat? So at this point, fuck all the libs for not firing that stupid cunt that pulled the fucking fire alarm, Bowman. Fuck him. And, I mean, everybody's a goddamn fucking stuntman now, you know? Everybody's a goddamn, publicity stunt. Everybody's a publicity stuntman now, you know? I think I just made up a new fucking word. Publicity stuntman. There you go. Seize that one, folks. I really wish there were some more people here, man, supporting the show. I got plenty I could be doing today instead of this. Nobody's really chatting. I got Josh, I got Zoop, maybe I have Nikki still. Dabs for days. No, he is Dabs for days. Yeah, Josh G I've got. So what, I got like 4 viewers? Nikki says I'm here kinda. Can anybody else say anything? You know, a website like, well, I'm not going to mention any names. Podcasters that just straight lie to their audiences and make shit up. They get like 5,000 people watching them. You know, they get like 1,000 people just sitting there waiting for them to go live. So people can be lied to. I'm here telling you the truth about all kinds of shit. Nobody wants the fucking truth anymore, and that's too bad. You know, people should go out of their way to see this show and encourage people like me that tell the truth to encourage us to tell more truths. You know, but your lazy asses can't seem to get out of your fucking Sunday morning beds and turn the show on to support this goddamn show. Joel's here. Hey, Joel, what time is it in Australia, bro? You mean literal fire alarm? What did he do? Let's pull it up. Bowman pulls fire alarm. Here, I'll get it for you, bro. Jamal Bowman pulls fire alarm in house office building, but says it was an accident. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's see that. Let's see that fucking accident.
To all the antics we saw up on Capitol Hill early.
Dude, don't give me this fucking auto bullshit.
To all the antics we saw.
Enhanced bitrate. It's midnight. Oh my God, Joel, I'm so glad you're here at midnight. You guys check this out. Oh, wait. I clicked on the last one here. Last one I clicked on. I clicked on something else. Are you ready for this shit, guys? I mean, not only should this guy be fired, but he should go to fucking prison, man. And let's just talk about CNN's spin on this really quick.
To all the antics we saw up on Capitol Hill earlier today, I guess somebody pulled a fire alarm.
You know, I love the way it's all lackadaisically reported by this fucking dumb cunt motherfucker right here. Think about it. Oh, all the antics we've seen, and it would seem that somebody pulled the fire alarm. Do you know, he knows, of course, it was a Democrat, so he's treating it like it was just a childhood prank. But I guarantee you, if it was a Republican that did that, they would be like this, all with scorn on their faces, and they'd be like, something very serious happened today in Congress, where some moron pulled, it would have been reported like that. But the fucking bias from CNN is so thick and so obvious. You don't have to be a fucking bright bulb to figure this shit out. It's just so obvious. They make it painfully obvious. It makes it so hard to watch these cunts, man. And what is up with this fucking stupid bandwidth shit?
Democratic Congressman Jamal Bowman.
It says it's like he's all proud of him. Says it like he's all proud of the guy. Dude, why is this so hard to play back a video? What is going on with my internet connection? Jesus Christ, there's this...
Congressman Jamal Bowman is under investigation for pulling a fire alarm in the House GANE office building. Bowman's was identified by security footage, and his office says that this was just an accident.
No, it's not an accident. There's a picture of him. He literally walking up to the fire alarm and pushing it. It's not like he was shoved into it. It's not like he had his hand on the wall. He's walking by. No, he walked up to the fire alarm, put his hand on it, and ripped it down and turned it on. So this motherfucker needs to be put up on charges and go to fucking jail. Period. And that's how that should be covered by these fucking slanted cunt motherfuckers. But no, they're not going to give you the actual take. They're going to give you some kind of bullshit, like it was some childish, silliness.
I don't know how you accidentally pull in a fire alarm, SC, but
we're making jokes.
And all kidding aside, they are taking this.
Oh yeah, no. You're definitely kidding. And no, not all kidding aside. You're totally kidding, and the kidding is right there, and you're doing it to try to take pressure off the Democrats because that's CNN's job. You guys need to see this for what it is. These Democrats are just as bad as anybody else. Fuck them all. And look, once again, we get the circle of bullshit.
Joking matter up on Capitol Hill, as juvenile as it sounds.
Yeah, at best it's childish. At worst, this is obstruction of Congress or obstruction of an official proceeding. Those are real things. And I don't know if he did this intentional.
Did she say at worst? She said at worst? Inciting a stampede seems worse than interrupting a fucking political whatever the fuck. Okay, Google. What's the charge for falsely pulling a fire alarm in a crowded theater?
According to Wikipedia, the Constitution provides that there shall be no abridgment of free speech. It is true. Yet it is a fact that a man in a crowded auditorium, or any theater, who yells fire, and there is no fire, and a panic ensues and someone is trampled to death, may be rightfully indicted and charged with murder, and
right.
may be...
So anything that transpired because of what he did, he's guilty of. So if this proceeding was hindered because of what he did, then what she just said, what he did, yeah, he should be charged with that. But he also needs to be charged with pulling that fucking fire alarm falsely too. That's not free speech.
And we'll have to wait to see, and we certainly shouldn't impugn him before we know more. We know he pulled it. He admits that.
Well, then what more do you need to know? There was no fire. What are you waiting for? Well, there's no rush to judgment like you do with every Republican that you ever cover? SC Cup? Really? Huh. It's crazy how lighthearted they all are about this. Huh. One of your precious political proceedings was interrupted by somebody, and because it's one of your own, you don't take it so badly.
Why is the question. If it was intentional, that's real serious. And frankly, reeks of the sort of stunts that Republicans try to pull sometimes. And don't be like Republicans. Don't be like Republicans.
CJ, that is exactly what I did. I put it on 720. Thank you. I just saw that you typed that, and I literally did it myself.
I know things are tense, and the stakes are high, but don't be like Republicans.
Well, and at the end of the day, Molly, the bill passed. I mean, you were just saying before the commercial break, this was a win for Democrats. So, I mean, Congressman Bowman almost prevented a win for Democrats from occurring. So I suppose.
Wow. Wow. They won, and he almost screwed it up for everybody. Can you imagine? And what's the punishment going to be? I can't wait.
He has to, do some self-analysis on that. But we have a statement from his office, and we should note that Congressman Bowman, this is according to the statement from his office, says Congressman Bowman did not realize he would trigger a building alarm as he was rushing to make an urgent vote. The congressman regrets any confusion, of course, if Congressman Bowman wants to come on. On the newsroom here, we can talk to him.
Why does he get to go on the news, and why isn't he being charged with handcuffs put on him in the back of a police car, taken to jail, booked, and fingerprinted and all that shit, and then go to court? I don't understand. How the fuck is that legal? If I had gone in there and pulled that fire alarm, I'd be sitting in prison right now, man. What the fuck kind of privilege is this shit? All right, that's enough of that. Let's move on. He says we're going up to 28. Yeah, okay. What did we hit? We got to 27.3. Breaks down the Republican impeachment scam. It's not a scam. Here, let's just go over this because Raskin's going to be wrong.
If you want to know about House Republicans' push to impeach President Joe Biden, well, these next 10 minutes from Jamie Raskin are vital to understanding what's going on. Raskin is going to point out that this is one big clown show, one big scam on the American people.
Bullshit.
Days before the government.
Biden's a scammer. How about that?
And that you don't even have to trust Raskin's word on this. Their own fellow Republicans are calling them lunatics for doing this. Kevin McCarthy is a
D. Hill says, yo, I'm watching your first bong hit video. D. Hill, is that how you found me? Was it a recommended video and you never knew who I was? So you saw that I was live? Bro, this is crazy. This is really healthy for the channel. Do you know it's been years since someone has ever come in and said, hey man, I was watching one of your videos on YouTube and then I saw you were live. D. High. I'm sorry, D. High, not D. Hill. D. High. Is that what happened? D. High? I saw CJ Hill and then D. High. It's funny, it's confused me. Okay, I guess we lost D. High. We tried.
Easing the extremist mega portion of the Republican Party, and that leads us to Donald Trump being the puppet master to all this.
Josh, you would think more people would watch my show, right? And get the real take on just about everything. Just about everything. I mean, I'm not right on everything, but I'm right on a lot of shit. What's the nicest bong piece now 8 years later? 11 years later. What's my nicest bong piece now? Well, it's one thing's for sure. It's not out here. It's in my bedroom, and it's a piece made by Devil, one of the first pieces of glass that he ever blew, actually. One of his original pieces before he got really big and awesome. He made very basic, more basic stuff, but it was still pretty. And I've got this ornate piece that he made. It's a hand bub. It's really nice. It's orange. It's fire and ice, orange and blue. I keep it in my bedroom. It's probably worth something too now because of who it is. The Rumble stream is later than Twitch stream. Yes, it is a little later, but that's the price we pay for free speech, Nikki. It is a little later, but you know what? It's, a 15-second delay on a chat is really not that big of a deal. I'm going to miss 15 seconds of chat all the time anyway. So it all works out, man. It all washes out because on Rumble, you could talk about Russia, honey. You could talk about what you're doing in Russia. You could talk about Vladimir Putin. You could talk about the Ukraine war. You could talk about gender stuff. You could talk about LGBTQ. You could talk about race relations. You talk about abortion. You could talk about the Holocaust. You could talk about anything you want to, Nikki. And they are not going to punish you for it. It's so different than, ShitTube and the fucking and the bitch. ShitTube and the bitch instead of Twitch. I'm going to call it the bitch. You'll be so much better on Rumble. And Nikki, I can get you more viewers over there on Rumble. So I got a couple of connections that might be able to help you out. But yeah, I got Willie Bragg to come over to Rumble, and he likes it so far. But you will really appreciate the freedom of speech. And I don't know if you've ever got strikes, face bitch, screw tube, Rumble don't fumble. Ooh, I like that. CJ Hill, Rumble don't fumble. Rumble don't grumble, bumble, or fumble, or tumble. Okay. So anyway, we're all caught up on the chats. Let's keep going.
Inquiry committee hearing doesn't even really follow the House rules, and that the key figures into this whole thing, the whole Republicans have evidence against Biden, have backtracked and said that they don't want any part of this.
All right, so let's get it
started. All right, so let's just start with this. Did the President of the United States' son go to the Ukraine and get a job there? Okay. Did the Vice President's, at the time, son go to Ukraine and get a job there? And now that Biden is the president, are we not supporting a war for Ukraine against Russia? You want to tell me that correlation doesn't mean correlation doesn't mean causation? It doesn't work like that in politics. Where there's smoke, there's fucking fire. And here, where there's fire, there's fucking fire. So for this fucking cunt job right here to act like, this is a big nothing burger is fucking hilarious because, number one, the vice president's son back under the Obama administration went to Ukraine and got a job that he wasn't qualified for. Number two, now that his father's president of the United States, we're funding a big war on behalf of Ukraine that they've been hosting since 2014. So they knew about that shit when he was vice president. This was all in the plan, in the Biden plan. Good. No one disagrees with me. Yes, on BOD, you are spot on. BOD. I don't know what BOD means. All right.
Straight, we're 62 hours away from shutting down the government of the United States.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
And Republicans are launching.
That's straw man. That's got nothing to do with this impeachment trial, okay? They're not relatable, so fuck you.
An impeachment drive based on a long debunked and discredited lie. No foreign enemy has ever been able to shut down the government of the United States, but now MAGA Republicans are about to do just that. But they don't want to cut off public services to the people and deny paychecks to more than 1 million service members without first launching an impeachment drive, even when they don't have a shred of evidence against...
I'm telling you again, Hunter Biden worked in Ukraine when his father was vice president of the United States of America. Now that his father's president, we're funding a war in Ukraine. That seems like enough evidence right there to go investigate it. Now, if he says that that's not evidence of wrongdoing, then he's a fucking liar. Okay? That's plenty of evidence
President Biden
for an investigation.
Offense. And you think I'm being harsh? Here's what some
No, I think you're being stupid, because answer me this. What were Hunter Biden's qualifications for getting that job in Ukraine, douchebag? He was a fucking crackhead. Yeah, what kind of expertise was he offering the Ukrainians? It's called access, you moron, and we can all see it. And for you to sit there and act like you can't see it means you're just as bad as everyone else that you try to call out, and everyone can see you for the liar that you are. And this fucking cunt job Reflect that's sitting here acting like this guy is breathing fire, he's a fucking cunt job too. Fuck him, this fucking shitcaster. Reflect. Fucking reflect on this, you fucking cunt.
Republicans, as they watch up close, quote, the dysfunction caucus at work, in the words of our GOP colleague from Nebraska, Don Bacon. Clown show, foolishness, terribly misguided, stupidity, failure to lead, lunatics, disgraceful, new low, pathetic, enabling Chairman Xi, people that have serious issues. Those folks don't have
straw manning. Who cares?
How broken they are.
Who cares?
Individuals that just
He brings up all these fucking meme cards like this is going to make a difference.
Now, if I said any of these things, they'd probably take my words down. But these are Republicans.
Who cares?
Talking about Republicans.
Who cares?
So, let's be clear. This isn't partisan warfare America's seeing today. It is chaotic infighting between Republicans and Republicans. It's MAGA versus extreme MAGA, as if anybody in the real world could tell the difference between the two. What a staggering failure of leadership. Speaker McCarthy's invertebrate appeasement of the most fanatical elements of his conference now threatens the well-being of every American. Now, some people think the members of the GOP caucus aren't interested in anything logical. They just want to see the world burn, as Alfred Pennyworth put it in The Dark Knight. But I see a method in the madness. A week ago, Donald Trump posted a comment saying that a government shutdown, quote, is the last chance to defund these political prosecutions against me and other patriots. You get it? To delay justice, Donald Trump would cut off paychecks to a couple million service members and federal workers and furlough more than 1 million workers and pay them later for having not worked.
Now, I'll stop right here, and I will agree with Jamie Raskin on this. This is totally the Trump move. He doesn't give a fuck about any of you. He only gives a fuck about himself. And that, what this moron just said, is absolutely true, and I absolutely agree with it. And if you're a Trump supporter and you don't see that in Donald Trump, you're fucking being fooled. You're being lied to, you're being indoctrinated, and you're a fucking cult follower. If you belong to one of these cults, you don't want to be a cult member, then you have to be able to see the bad when there's bad. And that's fucking bad, and he makes a good point. Trump said that shit, and that's fucking bullshit. We should shut the government down so they can't prosecute me. My God. You guys, you don't even know narcissism, man.
Assistance to millions of moms and kids and keep NIH in my district from enrolling any more patients in life and death clinical research trials. Trump's convinced that if we shut the government down, his 4 criminal prosecutions on 91 different felony and misdemeanor charges will be defunded and delayed long enough to keep him from having to go before a jury of his peers before the 2024 election. And like flying monkeys on a mission for the Wicked Witch of the West, Trump's followers in the House now carry his messages out to the world. Shut down the government. Shut down the prosecutions. But the cult master has another command for his followers, which brings us here today. On August 27th, he posted this edict: either impeach the bum or fade into oblivion. They did it to us. Of course, the standard for impeachment is not whether they did it to us, but whether the president committed treason or bribery or other high crimes and misdemeanors. But the Constitution's irrelevant to them. What counts is what Donald Trump wants. As Republican Representative Ken Buck, a Freedom Caucus member, told CNN the other day, President Trump has gone on his social media account and said we should be impeaching President Biden. Kevin McCarthy said we have an impeachment inquiry. You draw the conclusion, directly or indirectly, this impeachment inquiry was a result of President Trump's pressure. So we moved from a Trump-ordered government shutdown to a Trump-ordered impeachment process, and yet back in the reality-based world, the majority sits completely empty-handed with no evidence of any presidential wrongdoing, no smoking gun, no smoke. In fact, we have had to slide awkwardly into a House impeachment process without the benefit of the floor vote
Board
that
of
Speaker
Directors
McCarthy insisted was absolutely imperative and necessary when Donald Trump was impeached. In fact, they went to the Department of Justice and they got an OLC opinion saying, quote,
Who's zooming my camera in and
"No
out?
committee may undertake the momentous move from legislative oversight to impeachment without the delegation by the full House of such
Nobody,
authority."
I guess.
OLC
It's automatic.
January 19th,
AI.
2020. And that's why the House voted in the case of Donald Trump.
It's
but
the
that's
goddamn
exactly what
artificial
has not happened
intelligence.
here, because they don't have the votes, because dozens of Republicans recognize what a futile and absurd process this is. Now, the title of the hearing is "The Basis for an Impeachment Inquiry of President Joseph Biden." And yet they present us no basis at all today, even after 8 months of investigation. They've invited 3 witnesses to testify. Not one of them is an eyewitness to a presidential crime of any kind. Not one of them is a direct fact witness about any of the events related to Ukraine and Burisma.
Yeah, but McCarthy
Not
gets to
one
keep
of
his
them
job now.
has participated in the 8 months of
He gave those
investigation
Republicans what they wanted.
in which our distinguished chairman has publicly boasted that he received 100% of everything he asked for. And I quote, "Every subpoena that I've signed as chairman of the House Oversight Committee over the last 5 months, we've gotten 100% of what we've requested, whether it's with the FBI, with the banks, or with Treasury." That means we are the real witnesses here. In fact, the committee has received
Committee?
12,000 pages of bank records. Here they are, right in front of us, printed double-sided. And not a single page shows a dime going to President Joe Biden. We've received 2,000 pages of SARS reports, the chairman subpoenaed. We've held hearings and conducted interviews with everybody from Hunter Biden's business partners to a federal agent assigned to that investigation, and still we found no evidence of wrongdoing by President Biden. If the Republicans had a smoking gun or even a dripping water pistol, they would be presenting it today, but they've got nothing on Joe Biden. All they can do is return to the thoroughly demolished lie that Rudy Giuliani and Donald Trump launched 5 years ago. The Burisma conspiracy theory, a fairy tale so preposterous that one of its
I'm going to stop again.
Lev Parnas.
Did Hunter Biden, unqualified, work for Burisma in Ukraine or not, you fucking idiot? Was he unqualified for that job? Yes, he was unqualified for that job. Why was he given that job? So they could have access to his father. Is that illegal? You goddamn right is. It's selling fucking access to the goddamn vice president of the United States. Now the president who's gone on to do a war for the same country that gave his son this bullshit job. And for this moron to sit here and say there's no evidence, I mean, there's plenty of evidence. There's quid pro quo right there, man. We don't even need documents. We don't need witnesses. Did Hunter have the job? Yes. Are we at war with Russia and Ukraine? Yes. Are we doing that at the request of Zelensky? Yes. It's very straightforward. Does Zelensky seem to have, everything that he wants from American leadership? Yeah, he gets everything he wants from the Biden administration. Isn't it crazy? They won't even give their own citizens health care, but Zelensky wants a war and he gets every fucking thing he wants. Well, just about everything. No planes yet, but, we gave him planes that would end too quick, and we can't make enough money if we end it quick. We can't end it quick. It's got to go on for years and years. So we can't give them exactly what they need to finish the war. So, it's a big game of trying to extend it out for as long as we can, so that people that Biden that Biden gets money from can make more and more money, and that's all it is. how or who is... Okay, this is the same guy who said to quit picking on a certain person. Caterim24. I don't understand what you mean. What guy? Jamie Raskin? Picking on who? What are you talking about? I mean, I don't feel the need to really hear any more of this, but I guess we can see if there's any more bullshit. We can go through it a little bit. I can speed it up a little bit too. So I've got 3 lime seeds here now, guys, that I just peeled. Kind of excited about that. I'm going to put them in my...
Vice President Biden, global anti-corruption groups,
I've got a little grow chamber here. Throw my sprouting.
For removal because he was threatening the Burisma Corporation, whose board Hunter Biden served on. Trump synthesized the lie in his August 27th post about President Biden, saying, look, the guy got bribed. He paid people off, and he wouldn't give $1 billion to Ukraine unless they, quote, got rid of the prosecutor. Trump's story is the opposite of the truth. When Biden was VP, he worked as a key player in the Obama administration and global community's efforts to combat corruption in Ukraine. In late 2015, as part of a coordinated global effort, Biden called for the removal of Viktor Shokin, a corrupt Ukrainian prosecutor general who did nothing about corruption in Ukraine other than to participate in it, rather than assist British authorities in Shokin, a corruption in Ukraine. In late 2015, as part of a coordinated global effort, Biden called for the removal of Viktor Shokin, a corrupt Ukrainian prosecutor general who did nothing about corruption in Ukraine other than to participate in it, rather than assist British authorities who were actually investigating Burisma and its owner. Shokin consistently frustrated...
Meat 69, hello! Meat 69, hello! Lisa, hello, Lisa. Iceman, good morning! Dabs up, son.
Republican senators Ron Johnson, Rob Portman, and Mark Burke wrote to the Ukrainian president assailing corruption
Good
in the country
morning,
and urged
good
him, quote, to press
morning.
ahead with urgent reforms to the prosecutor general's office. Yet years later, in 2018, as President Trump saw Biden as a strong rival in the 2020 election, he worked with Giuliani to twist all the facts around and to suddenly accuse Biden of corruption in calling for the dismissal of a corrupt prosecutor. A few months ago, Chairman Comer and the committee received an insider's account of the plan to concoct and spread this lie from an extraordinary letter sent to us by Lev Parnas, who was Rudy Giuliani's right-hand man. Giuliani and Parnas searched high and low to find anyone who would endorse their contortions about Biden. Their failing crusade culminated in the infamous phone call that then President Trump made to Ukrainian President Zelensky, in which Trump threatened...
First dab of the show. How long have we been live for? 49 minutes, because I'm so addicted to cannabis. Oh, man, people that smoke cannabis are so addicted to it. Really? I've been up all morning, haven't used any. Oh, here we go, hold on. Caterim says, from January 6th, Raskin defended the guy who is the one calling to go into the Capitol. You can't say his name. That guy that everyone was trying to say was a Fed, but it turns out he's not a Fed. That guy? I don't know who you're talking about. You can't say his name. Why can't you say his name? You're on Rumble. You can say anybody's name. You're on Rumble, Caterim. What are you worried about? Yeah. The Fed guy. So what, Raskin defended that guy? The guy that was telling people to go into the Capitol? I don't get it. You got that on video so I can see it? Let me know. I mean, Raskin's no, angel. I mean, let's just get that straight. He's willing to lie. He's willing to misrepresent. He's willing to say there's no smoke here where there's fire everywhere. And that's a lie. I mean, like I said, Biden's son worked for Burisma in Ukraine. Now Biden is funding every single thing that Zelensky wants. That seems like quid pro quo to me. And I could prove that in court. He's suing people? Okay. I got you, Caterim. All right, let's keep listening.
office said, and I quote, there is in fact no evidence that Joe Biden was engaged in investigating Burisma or that Joe Biden's role in firing was in any way connected to Burisma. He continued, what's missing, despite years of investigation, is the smoking gun that connects Joe Biden to his never-do-well son's corrupt...
Okay, I'm going to pause it again. And once again, I'm going to say his son worked for Burisma, and now Joe Biden is funding an entire war for Ukraine. I mean, why does he say there's no smoking gun? The gun is fucking literally still shooting bullets, you fucking idiot. How do you not know that? How can he say, and how can this guy pretend like he's actually reflecting on anything that Raskin is saying right now? This guy Reflect is a fucking clown show for acting like this is all pure fire that's being spat at us. God, these people that pick a side and then they defend that side no matter what, man, fucking psychos.
A counterfeit moral
I mean,
between
I literally saw this shit lib today and he's not a shit lib because of this. But he's all, pro-lib, pro-everything. But he literally said, hey, man, what Bowman did is bullshit, and he needs to be prosecuted and charged for that shit. And then he goes, see, that's how it's done, folks. And I'm like, exactly. It's good to see that he's not a cult member. When somebody in your cult fucks up, and if you can't call them on their bullshit, then you're a cult member too. If you can rise above it, well, then you're better. You're better than them. You're definitely a better person. No law regarding cannabis. Cheers, Iceman. Raphael. Hello, Raphael. Meat 69, Steve Running, Lisa, Iceman, Catarim. Okay. Jamie Raskin defending that dude. Okay, cool. Let's go to that. Let me see what she's got here. Independent.co. That's pretty good stuff. Shuts down GOP obsession with debunked January 6th conspiracy. Maryland Representative Jamie Raskin called out his Republican colleague for asking about a debunked conspiracy theory regarding January 6th. Okay, cheers, everybody. First dab of the show. Ray Epps, a man who was alleged by some to be an agent provocateur who ordered an attack on a police officer at the U.S. Capitol. Acting on government orders. Okay. In response... The story just changed. Dude, what the fuck? Dude! I'm reading a story and then it goes away. The fuck? Dude, what? Fuck this shit. Independent.co.uk is a fucking joke site. I wouldn't trust anything they say. Dude, I'm reading a story, and it literally just goes to another story, and then I can't get back to the one that you linked me. That's fucked up. I'll try it again. It plays a video, and when the video goes, it goes to the next thing. Fucking idiots. You gotta pause the video. Because they're idiots. I'm reading a fucking article, and they just fucking move it on their own because the video ended. Alright. During a House Judiciary Committee meeting, Thomas Massey asked Mr. Raskin about Ray Epps, who a man was allegedly by some to be an agent probably who ordered an attack on police. In response to the mention of Mr. Epps, Mr. Raskin exclaimed they should leave the poor schmuck alone and stop trying to make him into something bigger than he is. Yeah, well, he's made a good point there. You're taking it completely wrong, Catarim. You're taking it wrong. He's not defending the guy. He fucking called him a poor schmuck. That's not defending him. He called him a fucking idiot. What he's saying is, hey, all you Republic cunts need to realize the guy's not a fucking Fed. And stop trying to say he works for the fucking government. Do you understand the difference there, Caterim? He wasn't defending that guy. He's just saying he wasn't a Fed and that the Republicans are dumb idiots for trying to say that that guy was working for the federal government, telling everybody to go into the Capitol because I work for the government. So yeah, we want you to go in there and rub your shit on the walls and go find Nancy Pelosi. Does that make sense to you, Caterim? It shouldn't. And if it does, you're not thinking clearly at all. And Jamie Raskin, in this case, he's thinking more clearly than you are. Because you literally just grabbed the right-wing talking point and you didn't see the truth for what it was. And that's what I'm trying to get you to do. You got to see the truth for what it is. Ray Epps isn't a Fed. You know that, right? That's been proven. That's a bullshit right-wing talking point lie. Caterim, you realize Ray Epps isn't a Fed, right? And of course, Jamie Raskin saw the guy telling people they should go into the Capitol. So he knew the guy wasn't a Fed because he works for the federal government. He's like, well, I know a Fed wouldn't be telling people like that publicly to go, go take over the Capitol. So he probably just did that. Why can't you do that? Why is that so hard for you? I just want you to see that, whatever you're thinking that Raskin was defending Ray Epps, you've got that totally wrong. He literally called him a poor schmuck. You might not know what a schmuck is. It's a penis. Okay? He called him a fucking poor dick. Okay, that's not defending him. That's saying, hey, that fucking idiot said what he said. He's a fucking idiot. But you fucking idiots trying to say he's one of us? That's even more fucked up than that fucking idiot is. Where are you, Caterim? Did I lose you over here? I don't know. Hippie chick says cheers. I think we lost Caterim. But I hope you understand the error in your assumption that Jamie Raskin was defending Ray Epps. He obviously was not defending Ray Epps. He was making a statement. Jamie Raskin shuts down the GOP obsession. Do you understand? I mean, it's literally, that's the article you sent me. That's what it says. Jamie Raskin shuts down GOP obsession with Ray Epps being a Fed. It's not Jamie Raskin defended, agent provocateur Ray Epps. It's not that. I left my laptop on and went to the gym and came back to this. On who? On Nikki? And you came back to this? Well, listen. Lesbian hot sauce. I just want you to know something. I'm no Nikki, and I apologize for that. I could never even fill the pinky toe of one of her nice shoes. For I am but a mere washed-up, old-timey podcaster. So understand, lesbian hot sauce, I want to be everything Nikki is to you and so much more. So please allow me. You got a great radio voice. I've got a great radio voice. Lesbian hot sauce. That's right. Let's get ready to rumble! Rumble, everybody. That's right. That's rumble.com/user/Nays Garden. Everyone should be on the rumble. Nikki came to the rumble. You are angry at something, but I don't know what. I'm angry at something? I'm angry. Am I coming off as angry? I guess I'm angry because Caterim's not responding. I'm angry because she's just sitting there and she's not saying anything. When I'm breathing straight fire and what do they tell me? When they say I can't remember. The kids have a saying. Let's say passionate. Yeah, let's say it. Passionate. Oh, is it passion? Is it passionate? A passion here. Is the passion here? I pissed and you are full of shit. You took a piss, Caterim? What do you mean I'm full of shit? I literally all I gave you were facts. Jamie Raskin shuts down GOP obsession. That's the article you sent me. Look, since you're in some kind of denial as to what you just sent me, okay, this is what you just sent me, so this is all I have to go on. What the fuck just happened? Oh, I'm clicking the wrong scene here. I just clicked off of our scene. My bad. Okay, so, because all I have was what you told me, because I didn't know any of this, right? So I'm just reading the article from the report that you sent me, right? You sent me, that means you had access to this before I did. And you sent me the link, and you could have read it, but you chose not to. You say that I'm full of shit, and I'm not saying anything like that to you, but you want to get like that with me and get nasty with me, Caterham, fine. You know, show everybody what kind of a person you really are, and I'll be cordial still and prove you wrong with your own link. You sent me a link saying that Jamie Raskin defended Roy Epps, or Ray Epps, whatever his name is, right? That you think that he's a Fed, right? Okay. Jamie, the article you sent me from a year ago from Mary Kate Findon from the independent.co.uk is titled, and I'm just talking about the title, Jamie Raskin shuts down GOP obsession with debunked January 6th conspiracy theory. And I'm going to tell you again, that title doesn't say Jamie Raskin defends agent provocateur Ray Epps, defends him and blah, blah, blah. No, he calls him a poor schmuck. I mean, literally calls him a poor schmuck. And since I guess you think I'm making that up, it's right there. You don't understand the meaning of poor schmuck, and you think that that's somehow a defense of Ray Epps. You don't get to, have a goddamn legitimate debate with me. And everyone's going to know that Nay knows what schmuck means, and you obviously think that it's some kind of a compliment, or some defense of this person, who was proven to not be a Fed and proven to just be an asshole. Didn't they arrest that motherfucker? I think Ray Epps got arrested. I can't remember what the deal was with that. How did people get 20 years and he only got 6 months? The fact that you don't question what was going on. We watched it. Caterham, did you watch it live as it happened? Did you watch January 6th unfold live? The Indie is a Russian newspaper, I think. If you're talking to someone, we can't hear them. No, the chat's right here, bro. Lesbian hot sauce. I called you bro. I hope that's okay. You see the chats? The chats are all right here on the bottom of the screen. I'm pointing to them. Let me know if you can see them. Those are the people I'm talking to from all the different places I'm broadcasting to. Meet 69. Caterham, I'm just asking you if you watched January 6th unfold live. Yeah, I saw 9/11 unfold live on CNN. I watched it happen live. The first plane hit the tower, right? And there was a little bit of smoke coming out of the building at first, and it didn't look that bad after the explosion. I came in, sat down in my living room, and turned on my 73-inch TV set, sat in my black leather couch with my fucking dog Roscoe sitting next to me, to see the World Trade Center with this little plume of smoke coming out of it on the news from a helicopter. It looked like a helicopter was filming it or something. I couldn't, or maybe they were on another building. I can't remember. And I'm watching the smoke, and I remember looking down at my coffee. I remember thinking, I looked up at the screen again. I looked down and I go, why are they showing the footage from the World Trade Center bombing from it was like 2000 or something. I don't know what year it was. It was years ago. Somebody drove a van down into the bottom of the World Trade Center. So that was my first thought. I was like, why are they showing that footage? And my second thought was, wait a minute, why is that smoke near the top of the building? I had just woken up and I was like, why is that smoke near the top of the building? And then I looked at the screen and I was like, none of this makes sense. And it said live. And I was like, right, it says live because it's a recording, and it said live on the recording, right? That's what I was thinking. And then they said something about they thought it might be a plane. And then I was like, then I started really paying attention. I was like, oh my God, this is fucking live. This is happening right now. I watched the whole fucking thing from that point on. I sat there. I called my mom. I called my sister. I didn't move from that fucking spot. Had my coffee, though. Just sat and watched it in horror. Just like we watched January 6th on this live podcast that was deleted by fucking YouTube. Yeah. CNN captured the second plane hitting and cut away. Right? That fucking producer, dude. I just want to fucking slap him. Right as that fucker starts exploding, that CNN cuts away, and then they're like, oh, wait, so blah, blah, blah. And then it take them like a few seconds, and then they finally put the goddamn camera back on the building. It was so stupid. Dude, I hope I have some good grapes, man. The Indie is a Russian newspaper. It says independent.co.uk. I don't think that's Russian. I think that's British. I did, and I'm British. We all thought it's insane and your country's gone mental, right? Lesbian? To be blunt. Yo, bro, what's good? Lamp! What's up, buddy? How's it going? Holy shit, Lamp 1125. Heading out. Have a good day. I'm sorry, lesbian. That sucks. Raphael. Don't make a date of infamy out of January 6th like we do for 9/11, even though it was tragic that Ashley Babbitt was murdered. Ashley Babbitt was not murdered. That she was manslaughtered, not murdered. And that's why that guy that killed her was not charged. What are you snacking on? That guy was doing his job. And she charged that fucking window like a fucking mad monkey. And, she got put out of our misery. That's Ashley Babbitt. Fuck Ashley Babbitt. And fuck all those idiots that were inside that building on that day. Why don't you go in there and storm the Capitol over Medicare for all? That would be something I would back. How about, hey, legalizing cannabis? That's something I would storm the Capitol right along with you over. Sorry, meant owned by Russians. Ciao. Oh, I don't know who owns the independent.co.uk. But who cares? News is news. What would Russia have to do with something that Jamie Raskin said about Ray Epps? Like they fucking care about that. Work, my dude. Okay, as long as you're making some money, you get on that COD. We need a game with a bigger squad size. We need like a, 6 or 8's not enough. I'm gonna run out of slots. Maybe we could request that. I just had a grape and it tasted just like cherry cola. 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 Bum 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 bum. Lola. La 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 Lola. La 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 Lola. Bum 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 bum. How's life over there? I've moved from California to Florida, bro. It was a very hot summer, but now we've got some rain, so it's nice. It's much nicer. It's tolerable, and I'm living on a creek. I'm living on a creek, which I love. It's got fish in it and stuff, man. It's freaking awesome. I see deer and bears and raccoons and possums and hawks. I watch hawks all day eating moles out of my lawn. That's pretty cool. Dude, that's so cool the camera's doing all this movement. It's almost like it's exactly what I wanted the camera to do right when it did it. Dude, that was so cool. I'm like, man, I wanted to show you guys the whole backyard. And when I was talking about it, it was almost like it could hear me. That was so weird. It's like follow my face or something. It's with the camera software does that, and I know I could turn that off if I wanted to, but I kind of like it. It keeps it kind of interesting. You said, really? How come? Oh, because my father got dementia. He no longer speaks. He can't take care of himself or anything. He's got 24-hour care. It's basically hospice here at home. We've got people that stay with him 24 hours. So, it's hard, but my mom needed the support and I wanted to be here for them. She asked me to move home with them, and I was like, I got a cat and a dog, and she's like, I don't care, bring them both. And she fucking loves them. So, hey man, it's like right on demand, right when I'm talking about them. Isn't that funny? It's a weird show today, isn't it? It's like what we'll call this the Q show. Everything's queued up. Hey buddy. What's up? I'm not allowed to pet you because you're a wildcat now? Are you still in wildcat mode? He says, yes, I am in wildcat mode. I don't talk to humans. I am looking for things to kill. There's nothing in here to kill. Harley, get in here. Come on. Come on. I don't want you killing any more lizards. You killed a lizard this morning. Little fucker. Because he's a fucking cat. A lizard-killing cat. Pisses me off. Because I like lizards, man. I've got lizards I talk to and shit, too. He kills one of them lizards. You lost your dad. I'm sorry, Lamp. Yeah. Well, at first, man, I ended up neglecting my home in California. And I was I was not aware of what was going on inside that home. And I got Pinoy Grower to move in. And he moved in, bro. And him and his girl, they fucking took care of everything. They cleaned the whole house. He's painting it. They said it's immaculate now. They're very happy. They said when they first moved in, they said if I had seen it, they said I would have lost my shit. Pinoy? Bro, who can forget Pinoy, bro? He comes in my live. He comes in here all the time and does the show with me. This is Pinoy right here, bro. The mustard gas. Melon ball crossed with sour. It's fucking unbelievable. He's a connoisseur. He's a grand master chef. That's grandmaster. I shouldn't say that, huh? He's a master chef. How's that? That sounds a little too. That's what I'm looking for. Cringe? Yeah, that's the word. It was a little too cringe. Right when I get the light. Ah! How funny is that? Right when I get the lighter, and then it goes out. I guess once it warms up, man, then it's good to go. You fire right up once everything's all hot. But that hits like. Char. Chado. Oh, it gets you high though. Don't get me wrong. Cola. Bro, I need Iceman to tell me the name of the song from Endorphin that Adam shreds that insane solo, bro. I mean, I know every solo Adam does is insane, but I think you know the song I'm talking about. What song is that, Iceman? I want to hear that shit. I want to play it from their album. So clean. I mean, this is it's a little OCD getting it this clean, but it's nice. You could see some of that stuff is still on the glass. But man, when it burns, when that orange goes away, it's just so clear. It's still orange hot. Holy shit, I'm still waiting for it till I look at the time. Okay, all the orange is out of it now. So we'll say 22:40. Yo, Iceman, did I lose you? Roy Rat. So we lost Caterham 24. Okay. Good morning. I mean, I never really got to finish my point because she just wouldn't fucking respond to me. But whatever. So, you know, I witnessed January 6th. I watched it happen live. So for you to sit there and act like I haven't investigated it enough, I saw it fucking happen live on live TV. You know, I'm good. And then I watched the January 6th committee hearings. That was fantastic. Did you watch it happen live and the fucking hearings too? With all the video footage? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I know what fucking transpired on that day. And I know who was responsible. His name is Donald Trump. Okay, that's the guy who that was all done for. That's the guy who inspired all of that. And that's the guy who was okay with it while it was going on. You know, don't be in a cult. You want to vote for him, fine. Just don't deny facts. Because then you're in a cult. Then you're a fucking idiot. God, it's not rocket science, folks. Hey, hippie chick, let me ask you a question. 2 questions. First question, hippie chick. Did Donald Trump inspire the January 6th debacle? Was that because of Donald Trump? Yes or no, hippie chick? Did those people end up at the Capitol because of Donald Trump? Was that about Donald Trump? Was that about the election? Was it about his power? Yes or no? Happy 420, she says. No law regarding cannabis. Cheers, everybody. Next question, hippie chick. Are you still planning on voting for Donald Trump in the general election 2024? Yes or no? Are you planning on voting Trump 2024? Yes. You're planning on voting Trump 2024. Yeah. So you see, everybody, hippie chick can be honest around the facts, and she can still support the guy. You can too. Be like hippie chick. If you're a Trump supporter, fine, support Trump. Vote for Trump. But don't deny that that was all about him. And don't deny all the other shit around him. It's okay. If, you know, you gotta rationalize it once you do that, but it's okay. You look so much better to other people when you can do that. Thanks, hippie chick. It was easy, right? I had a feeling, before I asked hippie chick those 2 questions, that she was going to say yes to both of them, because I've known her for a long time. And literally, we watched January 6th happen. We watched Rudy Giuliani, who is Donald Trump's lawyer at the time, going to the Capitol, giving a speech and telling people that they were going to do trial by fire or something. They were going to do, he had some statement that he made That's Trump's lawyer. I mean, that's the guy that speaks for him. And they had a bunch of other people, Alex Jones and a whole bunch of other people giving speeches, riling people up. For who? For Donald Trump, so that he could stay president of the United States. I mean, let's not be in denial of facts. Go to Tronanon if you can't watch this. Go to Tronanon. You'll feel much better if this is bothering you. Love those guys. Go hang out with them. I think they should be live here in just a few minutes, right? Go say hi to Grandpa from me. Anyway, my whole point around the 9/11 January 6th thing was I've witnessed these things. I've formed my own conclusions. I think some of the other stuff that I've heard around both of those occurrences is just complete hogwash, completely debunkable. The shit from Jesse Ventura about 9/11, the shit you hear from all of the red pill podcast Republicans that try to tell you that January 6th was either it was on Antifa or that it was peaceful or that it had nothing to do with Trump or that there's just so many different things. Ashley Babbitt was murdered. Yeah, that's exact because that's how a premeditated murder happens. I don't think you understand the fucking definition of the word murder. Nancy should have called out the National Guard to stop any violence. She shares in the blame. Hey, hippie chick, you fucking idiot. She tried. Go to the fucking hearing and since you didn't watch the fucking January 6th hearing, you just proved it. They covered all of that. Go watch the fucking hearing and quit being a liar in my live stream. Nancy Pelosi tried to get fucking the goddamn National Guard to stop violence. She tried to get any fucking help she could. She knew they were in fucking danger in there. There's video of her on the phone trying to get fucking help. Go watch it. And quit fucking lying in my fucking chat about shit you don't know about. God, man. And I hate fucking Nancy Pelosi. But, hippie chick. I'm going to give Nancy Pelosi full credit for that day. Let's see you keep your cool when there's fucking 1, 2, 3,000 people outside the fucking Capitol wiping their shit on the wall, screaming for your fucking neck. And making sure you're following all the protocols and dotting all your I's and crossing all your T's, hippie chick. Right? I'm sure under that kind of pressure you would have done much better than fucking Nancy Pelosi did on that day. Am I right? Am I right, hippie chick? Nancy should have called out the National Guard, to stop any violence. She shares in the blame. Fucking dumb red pill, fucking right-wing nut job. And I do mean dumb. Dumb. Fucking dumb. Like I said, I fucking hate Nancy Pelosi. But, you know what I like? I like facts. I'm not going to sit here and make shit up about her when there's literally video of her on that day and say that she didn't try to get fucking help in there. Oh, Nancy Pelosi should have done this and Nancy Pelosi should have done that. You know, how about this? Donald Trump shouldn't have acted like a fucking 2-year-old that fucking just had his binky taken away from him. How about that? That would have been better. Because like you said, all of that happened because of Donald Trump. Right? Oh, but, you know, Nancy Pelosi takes some of the blame. No, she doesn't. She doesn't take any of the blame. She was fucking trying to do the transition of power that day. She was trying to do her fucking job. We should watch the video. Let's watch that together. Let's see what Nancy Pelosi went through. All right, let's do that. I fucking hate her, but let's watch it. You can watch her say, you know, I'd like to punch Donald Trump in his face right now. I fucking love that part. I'm going to punch him out. How long is this one? 4 minutes. Video, here we go.
We're trying to get surrounded. They're taking the north front. Definitely. Let's put that ammunition for us. The door has been breached and people are gaining access into the Capitol. We have to get the finish the proceedings.
Okay, hold on. Back. Hold on. Why can't I click on this? Oh my God. Why can't I click on this? What the fuck is going on? Why can't I click on this, dude? Holy shit. Dude, there she is on the phone. Running for her life. But, hey, hippie chick. There she is on her phone. Doing her job, trying to get fucking help. She refused to call out in advance because of bad optics. How about she asked for fucking reinforcement and was refused? How about that? Why is the mouse fucking working, dude? Dude, what is wrong with this goddamn... Holy shit, what is wrong with the computer today, man? What is fucking wrong with the computer today, dude?
Senator Schumer is at a secure
It's that auto bullshit again.
and they're locked down in the Senate.
There has to be some way we can maintain the sense that people have that there's some security or some confidence that government can function and that we can elect the President of the United States. Did we go back into session?
We did go back into session, but now apparently everybody on the floor is putting on tear gas masks to prepare for a breach. Well, I'm trying to get more information.
They're putting on their
Tear gas masks.
I can't. We need an area for the House members. They're all walking over now through the tunnels.
I'm going to call up the effing Secretary of DOD. We have some senators who are still in their hideaways. They need massive personnel now. Can you get the Maryland National Guard?
There you
I
go.
have something to say, Mr. Secretary.
There you go. Nancy Pelosi calling for the National Guard while under duress, trapped inside that fucking thing. You've got no respect for some people. You've got no respect for the fucking truth. And hippie chick, you've got no respect for yourself. The fucking evidence was right there. All you had to do was fucking watch it. God, man. It's all right there. We could keep watching it, but I don't feel we have to, man. There she is, calling for the fucking National Guard. Nancy should have called out the National Guard. She did! What more do you want? God, you want her to fucking bend over and give you a fucking birthday cake? WD-40 makes your teeth shiny. I got teeth secrets. I could tell you some shit. It would blow your minds that no one knows about. Only I know the secrets. And only I can tell you the secrets. I've got secrets. I'm just saying. Don't get me started. Get a briefing in advance. You know, I don't know, hippie chick, but if you thought there should have been more police there, you know, I thought there should have been more police there. Guess who else thought there should have been more police there when you fucking listen to the goddamn testimony? Nancy Pelosi! She wanted a bigger police presence there.
The mayor of Washington, D.C. right now and see what other outreach she has to other police departments, as Leader Hoyer has mentioned.
But it's her fault that January 6th happened. It's her fault because she didn't have enough police there. Nancy Pelosi didn't do her job. She didn't have enough police there. And if only there were more police there, then none of that would have happened, right? It's all Nancy's fault. That's your fucking reasoning.
Virginia National Guard, Mr. Hoyer.
You know, it's like I get drunk in my car and I drive down the road and I see you and I swerve into you and you hit and you fucking go through the windshield and die because you weren't wearing your seatbelt, and you say, you know, that was the drunk driver's fault. You know what? Maybe if you'd worn your fucking seatbelt, you wouldn't have gone through the fucking windshield. Think about that. Whose fault is it?
They said somebody was shot. It's just horrendous, and all at the instigation of the President of the United States. Okay, thank you, Governor. I appreciate what you're doing, and if you don't mind, I'd like to stay in touch. Thank you. Thank you.
She was literally watching this going on.
You know, I'm just talking to Governor Northam.
Outside.
And what he said is they sent 200 state police and a unit of the National Guard. They're breaking windows and going in, obviously ransacking our offices and all the rest of that. That's nothing. The concern we have about personal safety is it just transcends everything. But the fact is, on any given day, they're breaking the law in many different ways. And quite frankly, much of it at the instigation of the President of the United States. And now, if he could at least somebody.
Yeah, why don't you get the president to tell them to leave the Capitol, Mr. Attorney General, in your law enforcement responsibility? A public statement they should all leave.
God, what did I say? 3,000 people?
So we need them there now, whoever you got. Okay?
I think there's more than 3,000 people there. Holy shit, that looked like 10,000 people.
You also have troops. This is Steny Hoyer. Troops.
Okay, so we have a little bit of time to make that decision.
Andrews Air Force Base.
All right.
Other military bases.
Thank you.
We
Thanks,
need
Paul.
active duty National Guard.
How soon in the future can you have the place evacuated, pulled in, cleaned out?
I don't want to speak for the leadership that's going to be responsible for executing the operation, so I'm not going to say that because they are on the ground and they're
Just pretend for a moment it was a Winnebago.
Right, Billy? No, I know hippie chick for exactly what she is. I've known her for a long time. She can't hide it. And she watches podcasts and she watches news sources that, you know, that feed her hatred for other people. She has, it's like, you know, it's so amazingly powerful.
Earlier, he's not in the room right now, but he was with us earlier and said, you know, we want to expedite this, and hopefully they could confine it to just one complaint, Arizona, and then we could vote, and that would be, you know, then just move forward with the rest of the state. The overriding wish is to do it at the Capitol. What we are being told very directly is it's going to take days for the Capitol to be okay again. we've gotten a very bad report about the condition of the House floor with defecation and all that kind of thing as well. I don't think that that's hard to clean up, but I do think it is more from a security standpoint of making sure that everybody is out of
There's poop on the walls. Those damn Republicans. Why they gotta be Republicans? All pooping.
Okay. But
Gosh darn Republicans.
I had a conversation with, because he said he had the impression from Mitch that Mitch wants to get everybody back to do it there.
Yes.
I said, well, we're getting a counterpoint that is, it could take time to clean up the poo-poo that they're making.
Poo-poo!
Hey,
the poo-poo-poo!
Figuratively in the Capitol, and that it may take days to get back.
He's like, clean the poo-poo. We must clean the poo-poo. It's so, I gotta just say this. It's so cucked the way Tronanon calls Trump the boss. It's so cucked.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vice President. Good news.
Oh, is that all we got? Dude, for some reason, my mouse has to be, like, under the play button. Look, if it's on it, I can't click it. But if it's under it, I can click it. Fucking A, dude. What is wrong with this operating system? It sucks my dick. It's unbelievable. Yeah, MSNBC hack goes after Cornel West for being near me. Yeah. That's some bullshit right there. That's Lee Camp, and he's been, you know, included in yet another frickin' smear campaign from Mother Jones, I think it was, or somebody. Back to the Science is calling out, you know, John Campbell like on every episode. I was watching some of that. YouTube got concerned because I'd scrolled so far before clicking on a video. So they're like, looking for something different? We see we haven't pleased you yet in your average scroll of 2 pages. So we're obviously not serving up the content you desire. What is we're doing wrong? We want to get you to click, 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 click. Whose fault is the crisis at the border? 47 minutes. Okay. I'll bite. And besides, I love this guy.
Tango crap! Oh! Everyone settle down. All right, it's now September, which means the 2024 elections are soon. We gotta get ahead, okay? We need the freshest takes. I won't move from this spot until I can tell you who the next president will be, even if I have to lie and make it up. As you know, the first GOP primary debate just happened, and it was fine. Lots of stuff happened. We definitely watched it. My favorite part was when the white guy said the thing. No, not him. The other one. You know, he said the thing. About the border? Did they talk about the border? Probably. Candidates love talking about the border. Both the GOPIS and the Dumbo-rats go turn wild for those sexy lines and securing those lines and accusing other people of not securing those lines. And so we thought, as a fun little treat, we would actually take a look at our border. What is it? Is it secure? How can we protect this country from the scourge on our great society that is Canadians?
Canadians.
What's going on with our border?
It'd be funny if this is all about the Canadian border.
So it actually says here that we're not going to talk about it. Damn! No one ever talks about the Canadian border. Do they not? Well, you burnt down our White House? Well, we're going to burn down your... whatever they have in Canada. Wherever Michael Cera was, burn it down. Anyway, so sorry. I'm working. But here is some more news. It turns out that today we're talking about the security crisis on our southern border. It's scary, folks. You know it's scary because both politicians and the media tell us it's very scary. And also that it's specifically Joe Biden's fault.
We are nauseatingly familiar now with the scenes of chaos
Fox.
after Biden opened the border to pander to the far-left extremists who run his party.
We know how it happened. Joe Biden on day one said we're going to not build the wall, we're not going to have any deportations, and we're not going to have the Remain in Mexico policy.
Narco-terrorist organizations who have completely taken over Mexico.
Completely
infiltrated
taken
the Mexican
over.
government, and who are now running operations unimpeded throughout America. Here's a map showing where they are active, and yes, it is basically everywhere, in almost every city. This crisis has been building for the last couple of years.
Damn you, Joe! The border was never a thing until you became the president! So obviously Fox News in particular likes to beat off this incredibly dead horse. Super gross jacking off a corpse like that, but why wouldn't they? That's why they're called the Corpse Jackers! Also, it's an easy Biden dunk to claim that there's a sudden and unprecedented border surge under his watch, to the point
All right, no law
GOP
regarding cannabis.
House
Cheers, everybody.
Judiciary Committee border hearing was titled The Biden Border Crisis, like it's a freaking Newsmax segment. But while there absolutely is a recent surge at the border, a lot of the right-wing coverage seems to, dare I say, be missing some nuance. For one, these surges exist seasonally, so the sudden upticks being reported on are often part of a yearly pattern that is already expected. Often they happen in spring and die out when it gets hotter, although that pattern has been changing recently. Secondly, in terms of the larger overall surge, this particular one seemed to start in 2017, right when not Biden took office, and then swelled due to the coronavirus. It matches two other surges of similar numbers in history, both of which coincided with natural or economic disasters. My point being that yes, there is a surge at the border similar to past surges in the 90s and early 2000s, but that surge doesn't have much to do with American politics so much as events happening in other countries. Although America does have something to do with the overall problem, which we'll certainly get to later. Boy, will we? Will we? Yes, we will. But in terms of individual declines and surges, it's not really related to who is the current president. Especially when the vice president says this.
Do not come.
How welcoming.
Say that presidential policies don't affect the border, but probably not in the ways that you'd think. It's complicated, don't you know? But of course that doesn't stop us from heavily politicizing every curve on the graph. The big scary talking point today is the fentanyl crisis, which is heavily linked to our border. According to the DEA, Mexican drug cartels are the main driver of fentanyl pouring into the U.S. So the argument is that since fentanyl is coming through our borders, increasing security will help fix the problem. Makes sense. There is an opioid problem in this country after all, and a huge amount of the deaths caused by opioids are fentanyl related. The one snag, however, is that border security really doesn't fix that. And not just because the people responsible are sometimes cops themselves, although that's certainly something to consider, but according to experts, since fentanyl is extremely strong, it can be smuggled in very tiny quantities, meaning that it is very hard to spot. On top of that, Mexico simply doesn't have the infrastructure to take on the cartels internally. So unless we invade Mexico, which I'm just gonna say that we should not, we need to come up with a better solution. See, like everything else in this very smart and good country. The opioid crisis comes down to supply and demand. It was, of course, kicked off by pharmaceutical companies by overprescribing drugs like
Holy
OxyContin,
shit.
which led to illicit opioid use. And so the supply side is now it's out of our hands. But we can't address the demand, possibly, which is obviously much easier said than done. The demand for opioids in this country is incredibly multifaceted. What Jennifer Silva, a professor of sociology and anthropology at Bucknell University, agrees is an everything problem. A combination of aggressive marketing by the pharmaceutical companies, a lack of government oversight and regulation of said pharmaceutical companies, rising income inequality, and the total lack of health care or social safety net have led to a world where, in the words of Princeton economists Ann Case and Angus Deaton, opioid overdoses, suicides, and alcohol abuse are the results of cumulative distress, or the overall failure of life to turn out as expected. So there you have it. If Biden really wanted to solve the border drug crisis, he could simply overhaul our entire public health sector and improve education, treatment centers, and everything else that makes us depressed.
Like smartphones? There's a token of my openness, of my need to not disappear. How I'm feeling so appealing to me. I buy myself to clear. I just need someone to be there for me. I just want someone to be there for. All the static in my attic, I chills down my sliding the oceans of my platitudes and longitudes, latitudes. It's so absurd. I just want someone to be there for me. I just need someone to be there for, someone to be there for, someone to be there for. I'm not trying to make a difference. I'll stop trying to make a difference. I'm not trying to make a difference, no way. I'm not trying to make a difference. I'm not trying to make a difference. I'm not trying to make a difference, no way. Let's go Rangers. Let's go Rangers. I'm not trying to make a difference. I'll stop trying to make a difference. I'm not trying to make a difference, no way. I'm not trying to make a difference. I'll stop trying to make a difference. I'm not trying to make a difference, no way. Ooh, yeah. way. Ooh, yeah, no way. Ooh, let's call them angels. Ooh, let's call them angels. Ooh, let's call them angels. I hit like a sledgehammer in the deck. At home drawing pictures on mountaintops with him on top. Lemon yellow sun, arms raised and beat, and the dead lay in pools of maroon below. That didn't give attention, no. Oh, and the fact that mommy didn't care. Picking on the boy seemed a harmless little buck. Ooh, but when each lion gnashed his teeth and bit the recess lady's breast, how can I forget? Hit me with this surprise level. The jaw left hurting, I dropped right open, just like the day. Oh, like the day I heard. Something mommy wouldn't wear. King Jeremy the wicked ruled his world. Oh, Jeremy spoken yesterday. Oh, Jeremy spoken yesterday. Iceman, what's up? Dude, what's the name of the song that that Adam does that blistering fucking solo in from Endorphin, bro? What's that song? I was asking earlier, but you'd walked away. The one where he shreds, dude. That massive fucking. I wonder if I should bring it all up. I'll bring that one down. Climbing a mountain, sail across the stormy seas. If that's what it takes me, baby, to show how much you mean to me. And I know it's just the woman in you that brings out the man in me. Yeah, I know I can't help myself. Oh, my fantasy feels like the first time. Feels like the very first time. Feels like the first time. It feels like the very first time. I have waited a lifetime. Dude, we have to figure that out. Okay, I'll get it off. I just gotta find it. Ha ha! Problem is I hit that whammy bar and I take it all out. And these are old strings. Really? Yeah, which one you're talking about? Yeah. We gotta look that shit up. We got to look that shit up, Iceman. We got to look it up. I need more reverb if I'm gonna play the goddamn Van Halen. I need some of that digital delay if I'm gonna get.
This is the
Oops. Oh, yeah. Ain't no voice left for that. Bull market money, bull market money. Miss Piggy, bull market money. Bull market money. find the right mode. I'm trying to play like that Arabian scale, but there it is. That's it. Oh, that's weird. My brain stopped working. So, there, you saw it happen live. Hey, Tom and Gray, you don't like Pearl Jam? Sure. Here you go. Dude, I saw this thing. It was so funny. It's like what people who hate Pearl Jam hear when they hear Pearl Jam, and that's what it was. It was like, won't breathe in. Russians and all pills and things I'm never gonna say when I get to the rain. I'm gonna say me here now, but I should have been hot. I gotta hear now. I gotta hear so fucking funny. I was like, I unfollowed that channel, but it was so funny. The other one it had was Red Hot Chili Peppers. What people who hate Red Hot Chili Peppers hear when they hear Red Hot Chili Peppers. I can just imagine what that one is, and I just don't want to hear it because that's stuck in my head. Is that similar though to what you hear? It's like it just never ends, bro. It's just like the same thing droning along. It's so fucking funny, dude. It's so, dude, the video on YouTube for that is so funny. I think Cyber turned me onto that shit. Moo, Cyber, moo. I say to you, my friend. background vocals right here. Ooh. No, doesn't matter what you wear, just as long as you are there. So come on, every guy, got your girl everywhere. Down the world, they'll be dancing in the street. I love that transition right there. It's just an invitation across the nation, a chance for folks to meet. There'll be reckless swinging, music swinging, and dancing in the street. They're dancing in LA every day, dancing in the street. Oh, doesn't matter what you wear, just as long as you are there. So come on, every guy, grab your girl. Everywhere around the world they'll be dancing in the street. Hey GSP girl, how's it going? It's just an invitation across the nation. So there'll be lots of women, all kinds of singing, dancing in the street. Sounds fun. I can, there's all kinds of things you can do here if you clean this up. It's out, it's here a little bit. those that work forces. Gotta say the burn crosses. They got you under control. They got you under control. Now you do what they do. They got you under control. Now you do what they do. They got you under control. Now you do what they told you. Justified. Those who died are wearing a badge in the chosen right. Those who died are justified are wearing a badge in the chosen right. Justified. Those who died are wearing a badge in the chosen right. Those who died are justified are wearing a badge in the chosen right. Some of those that work horses are the same that burn crosses. Some of those that work horses are the same that burn crosses. Some of those that work horses are the same that burn crosses. Some of those that work horses are the same that burn crosses. You tell me. to get it right. I'm having a problem getting these two strings in tune. Where's that fucking harmonica? It's hard to play. I was trying to show off, play it two different ways, but I was playing it wrong. I like that sound, the breathing sound. Blackberries? Blackberries? Are we talking blackberries? Raspberry. I got raspberries in California, man. They're still up there. Pinoy's and his whole family, they're going to really enjoy those raspberries. I'm not sure. If you put them, if you have a creek or water to put them along, is the best place where they're getting the most amount of water. Yeah, no, you could cut it back for sure. Hell yeah, Roy Rat. Squirrels? No, birds. Birds will go after your berries. Or birds are the ones to worry about. Yeah, there you go, Roy Rat, exactly. Exactly, Roy Rat knows what's up. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I used deer fencing over the blackberries, but somebody removed it. But you got to put that over it, or the birds will land right on your plant. They'll poop all over your blackberries too while they're eating your blackberries. Or in my case, it was raspberries. But I learned, and once I covered it, I was fine, and I had the most awesome raspberries, man. Oh my god, I had the most awesome raspberries. Each guest got a little bitty jar of seedless jelly. It's fucking awesome, Roy Rat. All I want to do is can. Dude, I got my fruits going out here. I want to put a whole greenhouse back there. Oh, God. That sucks, Roy Rat. I'm sorry. Rock and roll. Schumer and Mcconnel Schumer. Hey, McConnell. Go McConnell. Hey, McConnell. Here's my Chuck Schumer impersonation, and here's my Mitch McConnell impersonation. Wait, you gotta wait at least 60 seconds. Hey, yo. What do you guys think? Yeah. I tell you what, though, the maintenance on these plants is pretty. You have to go pick up the leaves when the leaves die and when the pods die, and you got to do it a lot. It doesn't. It's not like that's one thing to think about those mangrove orchids. They require, if you want them to be beautiful, every time the leaves die at the base, you really should cut them off. I like to use a serrated. You saw right through with a serrated knife. Collect them, throw them in a pile. It's all poisonous. You can't use it really for much of anything unless you're making some sort of a medicine out of it. I mean, there's some sort of medicines you can make, but you got to remember you can't take it orally. It's toxic. But it isn't toxic to the skin. And it is used for pain and things like that. So I don't know if the leaf is. You could, find out all of the different mangrove orchid recipes for medicine. I bet there's a whole book on it. What are all the uses? Because it's like we've got that mullein plant up there. Pinoy's got that, and that's got some nice uses. That mullein plant, and he's got a lot of it up there. Your Wi-Fi went down, GSP girl. We canned all kinds of stuff, from fruits and veggies to rice and beans and several types of meats. Jesse Strobel. We're done with the kefefe. Usually canning equipment can be found at thrift stores on the cheap. I just want to can bacon. You must buy new or still in original and seal packaging are the lids. The jars and lid rings can all be reused almost indefinitely. I was going to garage sale off some junk today. Sandstorms. Right on, Roy Rat. My Wi-Fi went down, had to go to my phone. GSP girl, welcome back. I'm sorry about your Wi-Fi. Roy Rat. The other thing we enjoyed as a couple was using a dehydrator. Oh my God, right? Yeah, man, jerky. Tell me about your jerky. What kind of jerky did you like to make? Tell me about your jerky. I like to hear about jerkies. Tell me about your freaking jerkies. Do you have to... What's the process? How do you pepper it and stuff? Before you dry it out, you put pepper on it? Tell me how you do the pepper. Tell me about your jerky, GSP. I want to hear about your jerky, girl. Roy and GSP are going to tell us about their jerkies. You marinate first. Okay. We're going to do the chat readback.
Live
here.
chat.
Here's the readback.
It's Josh G. One hippie chick.
The pros.
He's regurgitating the left narrative. They're saying the same thing, no evidence. Deerslayer 1959. How or who is zooming your camera in and out? The jars and lid rings can all be reused almost indefinitely. Roy Ratliff chat. I was going to garage sale off some junk today, but it is miserable windy with dust and sandstorms. Looks like a good day to organize my RV cabinets. LOL. GS Pearl. My Wi-Fi went down. GRRRR had to go to my phone. Roy Ratliff chat. The other thing we enjoyed as a couple was using a dehydrator for our own kitchen herbs and making our own jerky. GS Pearl. I use my dehydrator to make sweet potato treats for my dogs.
Wow.
GS Pearl. I have made great jerky. GS Pearl. You marinate first. Roy Ratliff chat. The biggest key to jerky is starting with very lean cuts, which is great because they are usually cheap. GS Pearl. I do teriyaki and stuff. GS Pearl. Skirt steak is all I've used so far, and it was perfect. Roy Ratliff chat. Then, cut into pieces, not thicker than about 1/4 inch. They can be long or short strips, but no thicker than 1/4 inch.
Teriyaki!
GS Pearl. One secret is to cut frozen.
It's like molasses.
Subscribe.
It's like molasses.
0/200. Live chat. It's Josh G. One hippie chick. Then, cut into pieces, not thicker than about 1/4 inch. They can be long or short strips, but no thicker than 1/4 inch. GS Pearl. One secret is to cut frozen. Roy Ratliff chat. And into the marinade, I always like to use soy sauce,
Worcestershire
sauce,
I love
garlic,
Worcestershire
and onion
sauce.
powder, sage,
Worcestershire.
cumin, pepper, and whatever else hurts.
Yes.
Roy Ratliff chat. Cayenne for heat.
If you like it spicy, cayenne for heat. If you like it spicy, you like it cayenne pepper. You put some cayenne pepper. You like put a little heat. What is this all about?
One of China's top virologists, so-called Batwoman Xi Jinping, predicts that another coronavirus outbreak is likely in the future. Not only that, but she and her colleagues at the Wuhan lab found 20 highly
great.
risky coronavirus species.
We love
The
them.
South China Morning Post reported on Xi's findings, published back in July in the English language journal Emerging Microbes and Infections. But the paper only started circulating on Chinese social media this month. An unnamed source told the outlet that one of the reasons Chinese authorities are downplaying COVID-19, including these findings, is because they want to move on, especially after the abrupt reversal of China's zero COVID policies. According to this same source, some cities have stopped releasing infection data altogether. Okay, so this is the woman who did a lot of the research on viruses that hop from bats to humans. That's why she's been nicknamed Bat Lady. And apparently there are dozens of these diseases that they were working on. And so there's this likelihood, she's saying, that another one of these might escape and become a pandemic. I'm struggling with what the implications of this are because the public, at least in America, is divided on the issue of COVID in some respects, but very united on the idea that it's over, it's not a big deal, the government shouldn't act to intervene in any way. So is this something that we should be afraid of, or are we all now inured to the idea that, oh, it's just like the flu, maybe another 1 million people are going to die, but people die, and they're old people mostly, so meh. I mean, what are we even taking from this at this point?
And I don't know either, because there's really no indication in this reporting of if this is as deadly as the original coronavirus was when it got to the United States, if it's as contagious. That hasn't really been indicated here. So I don't know is the answer. If anything, I think what's going to come out of this is the potential for politicians in the U.S. and probably public health officials to use this as a means to go back and re-debate whether or not our policies the first time around worked at all in slowing the pandemic, which they objectively did not.
So then what do you take from that? It is true. I don't even know what the number is. It was 1 million people who were dead before Biden even became president. So who even knows what the ultimate, I mean, I could obviously sit here and Google what the ultimate number was. But even that number is disputed, right? There are many people who say if someone had COVID and then they also died of something else, in surgery or in a car accident or whatever, their deaths are recorded as COVID. So you can't even really have a conversation about what the human costs really were.
Light!
It
Aziz!
feels like people are very happy with the idea that there should be almost no pandemic response. There's very little to no confidence in the CDC. There seems to be no sense that we should have a public health infrastructure released because the perception is that it has such an inclination to be authoritarian and that it could get things wrong. That it's not even worth trying. Is that really the space we want to be in? The next virus could be more dangerous. It could be more infectious. It could be more lethal. We have experienced other health crises like monkeypox, where it was only a crisis because we decided not to pay $1 million or whatever it was to make sure that we had the vaccines
I'm gonna eat when I'm
on
hungry.
hand. They had all expired, and we just decided as a society that we're probably not going to have monkeypox issues, so let's just not replace them. And then it became a little mini crisis as we rushed to manufacture them in time to stop the spread.
I'm trying to lose weight. I already lost a pound.
We're really saying that we don't want to
Eating
have
half of every meal.
Measures in place,
like
whether it's
like preparing a meal, thinking like what it should be, and then only giving myself half of that.
Respirators,
and I've already lost 1 pound, man, in a day. I'm so excited.
We so are fresh. We're so
I'm gonna do that. I gotta lose.
That we're happy.
I gotta lose some belly fat, man. Bad. I'm hoping it's gonna help.
If something else strikes the country.
I think the problem is that Americans haven't seen a concerted effort to make sure that what happened doesn't happen again.
Okay, what else do you have to add? Nothing. Thank you.
Heat if you like it spicy. GS Pearl. That's similar to my recipe. I searched for a recipe and put in what sounded good. GS Pearl. Red pepper flakes are good. I'm not a heat lover. Roy Ratliff Chat. Then, the next key is to refrigerate in the open for at least a few hours so the meat chunks get a sticky film on them. Then, into the dehydrator. About 8 to 12 hours later, they are done.
8 to 12 hours.
Spectrum just sent a message. They are having difficulties. No shit.
What kind of a dehydrator
GS
do you
Pearl.
recommend? What company?
How do you store it at Roy? Roy Ratliff Chat. Let them cool in the dehydrator and put into a good container you can seal up. I like using those big pretzel containers. For the first couple of days, give the container a shake a couple of times. Roy Ratliff Chat. Per day. Roy Ratliff Chat. This helps the moisture evenly distribute through the jerky, so you get a good consistency. Roy Ratliff Chat. The hardest part about the equilibrium process is not eating it all first. Grinning face with smiling eyes. GS Pearl. Right? LOL, it goes fast.
It's funny.
Roy Ratliff Chat. For long-term storage, after equilibrium stage, I use a Food Saver vacuum sealer with an oxygen absorber packet. It will last for years that way. GS Pearl.
Jesse.
I have the vacuum sealer and the oxygen packets. Haven't done it yet because we eat it fast.
So, yeah, Spectrum sucks. Fort Worth, Texas, service in and out and in and out, right?
Hey everybody, how's it going? I hope you're having a lovely day. This video is probably going to be shorter than you're used to because I'm just going to be 100% honest with you. I am not particularly excited to discuss this particular topic anymore. I've been discussing it for about 12 years now, and I don't really seem to have moved the needle very much, if at all, with regards to how technology is manufactured, how technology is repaired, how supply chains work, and the relationships between manufacturers and repair shops. So I just kind of feel like I'm repeating myself, and I just don't get excited to discuss these things anymore when they're linked to me. So this is an article from 404 Media here. It says, big tech lobbyist is stunned that people think planned obsolescence, quote, conspiracy, end quote, is real. And I'd like to comment on this a little bit. It says here, the remarks were made by Walter Alcorn, Vice President of Environmental Affairs and Industry Sustainability, which sounds like a bullshit title to me, at the Consumer Technology Association, which represents thousands of device manufacturers. One of the things that has really stunned a lot of us here in the industry is the assumption that so many folks out there, just in the general public, that manufacturers are somehow against reuse. I wonder why. There seems to be an underlying assumption that manufacturers want to sell as many products as possible, and
Fast. Roy Ratliff chat. Really, most of the dehydrators are the same. Getting one that can run higher temps if needed would be my suggestion. Other than that, get one that is the right size for your home.
Thank you.
GS Pearl. I researched dehydrators. I wasn't sure I'd use it much, so I went middle prices. I got a Magic Mill 10 tray one.
10 trays.
GS Pearl. I'd love a freeze dryer, but they are very expensive.
Freeze dryer.
Roy Ratliff chat. We had a Cabela's branded box with trays, type her parents bought us for Xmas. It worked well. The exact same one, not branded with Cabela's, can be found for cheaper.
Cabela's.
Roy Ratliff chat.
Magic Mill Cabela's.
I would love to have a freeze dryer, but yeah,
Very expensive. Freeze dryer. So you guys are like, the freeze dryer's what's up. I'll be like, yo, Ma, we gotta get a freeze dryer. You guys do chicken? Can you like make chicken jerky? Does that work? Can it only be beef? Can you do like wings? Like jerky wings? Could you imagine? $5,000? My mom laughed at that shit. I said, Mom, we need a freeze dryer so we can make some jerky. She'll be like, sounds good, how much? I'll be like, it's $5,000. She'll be like, no problem. My stomach's growling just thinking about it. Hey, Ma, we need a freeze dryer. Why is a freeze dryer the best way to go? I mean, if it only takes 12 hours, you said, right, to make dry. I didn't realize it was so quick. That's crazy. Dehydrators are quick, dude. 12 hours? You don't want to overdo it, do you? Like, right? Can you go too far with them? You can overdo them?
and have them die as quickly as possible, he said during a panel. That seems to be almost one of the accepted truths out there. Not sure exactly where it came from, because certainly I've never seen it personally, and I've been working in the industry for 2 decades now. Now, he is a vice president of an organization called CTA that represents a lot of independent manufacturers, and they consistently testify against right to repair. Here is one of his colleagues testifying against right to repair, claiming that if you have independents work on these devices, that TikTok may be installed on them. And one of the things that aggravates me about some of the lies that they tell in front of legislatures is that we don't pre-install TikTok on people's phones. There are no known reports of an independent repair provider pre-installing TikTok onto a customer's device after a repair. You know who has done that? His own members, like Samsung, which I went over in this video. And has there ever been a retraction there? No. Again, and when it comes to stuff like planned obsolescence, I think
No
it's really
retraction.
important to discuss what we're actually discussing, because if you take the most cartoon villainish, as he describes in the article, take on it, then yes, it does sound ridiculous that people are in a room smoking cigars trying to figure out how to make the device break as soon as possible. And that's not what planned obsolescence is. Planned obsolescence is when we for 10 or 20 years tell you, hey, here's how you're making things far more difficult for us to be able to reuse or repair our own products, and you go and just continue moving straight ahead anyway. So like one instance of this, and I'm just saying one instance, would be, let's say we would like the ability to purchase parts to repair our products like we always have been able to in the past. And when...
Very expensive. GS Pearl. 5K plus. GS Pearl. I'm new to dehydrating. GS Pearl. Wow. Lucky you. Roy Ratliff chat. LOL, funny story about alternative jerky. We bought a giant turkey breast and made turkey jerky. We left the equilibrium bag on the kitchen table and our Malinois ate the whole bag overnight. Roy Ratliff chat. He didn't poop for 3 days. Rolling on the floor laughing.
What's a Malinois?
GS Pearl. Ha 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 Rio. GS Pearl. Asterisk Roy. Roy Ratliff chat. Oh, don't worry about that. At GSP girl, I misspell it myself. No offense.
No offense. Hey, no offense, GSP girl. No offense. Hey, I'm gonna ask you a question. What's a Malinois? We left the equilibrium bag on the kitchen table and our Malinois ate the whole bag. Did it eat the bag too? Did it eat the plastic bag? Did it eat the bag? Did it eat the plastic?
And we advocate for the ability to do that.
I got questions. I need answers. What's a Malinois?
That you lie and fearmonger in front of legislatures and claim that we're going to install TikTok on people's phones. Are you planning for your devices to become obsolete, or are you just lying to a legislative body to fearmonger?
Belgian Malinois is a type of dog frequently used by police.
For me,
Ours
it's
is
a
crossed
distinction.
with Rottweilers. It's 125 pounds.
One of the examples that I've given with Apple. So back in the day, they used to come with diagnostic software on the computer that allowed you to tell which sensor failed. And now that diagnostic software is not made available with the computer, and you can't even download versions of it like ASD like you used to be able to in the past.
A Malinois ate my homework.
Software if you're an Apple authorized repair provider, which by the way is not actually allowed to do board level repairs. The consumer doesn't get access to that anymore. They get access to this, which gives you an error code, which is very, very vague, that does not actually tell you what sensor is failing, but it tells you to
dogs
go
in
to an Apple
competitions,
authorized
the
service provider.
Israelis.
Again, this is one of those things. Is it the
The
end of the
Mossad
world?
brushing some teeth.
Not really, but it's just one of those things that makes it more difficult for the average end consumer to have any idea what's actually going on with their product. And in my opinion, it's an unnecessary one. You're going from an error message in a diagnostic piece of software that gives you an error message that actually gives you an idea of what's going on, to one that says, like, come to us and we'll deal with it for you. Now, this isn't the end of the world. You can find software out there that will give you access to that data.
Malinois.
You could pirate a version of ASD and it's not going to be
Hey,
fairly
Ma,
difficult to find it on the internet.
Malinois.
But somebody
It's with
had
like
to
a
be in the room to
Rottweiler.
make that decision. We used to have this nice verbose information available that would allow somebody to figure out and potentially troubleshoot their own sensor issue. Now we are not going to give access to that information, but we will make it easier for you to figure out how to come to our store, or we will bill you $750 to $1,250 to solve that same sensor issue.
What's a
That was a
GSP?
decision. It was a decision that somebody had to make.
It didn't eat
And
any
when
of the
that decision was being
plastic.
made, nobody was in the room that was an advocate for either the independent repair shop that wants to be able to repair these devices, or the customer that may wish to fix their own product without giving Apple $750 to $1,250. That was a decision that had to be made. That was part of a plan that had to be put together on how we are going to construct the newer devices. Now, whether that was made with the idea that we're going to make everything obsolete in mind, I don't know. And I'll be honest with you, I don't care. I don't care about your intentions, nor do I care about what you say. I care about your actions and the effects your actions have on other people. That is how you are judged, based on your actions and the effects they have on other people. And that is a standard that must be applied to everybody. I'm going to be consistent with this in this video, and that includes me. I've tried for many, many years to try and make it easier for people to enter my industry. I've been trying to do that for 12 years. That's what I say. I want to make it easier for people to enter the industry. I want to make it easier for people to have 1,000 5-star reviews through creating educational guides and putting out parts information and all this type of stuff. And at the end of the day, it's actually harder to do what I do now than it was when I started. Outcomes. Outcomes are what matter. I am not going to be judged on my intentions, nor am I going to be judged on what I say. I will be, and I should be, judged on my outcomes and my actions, not my intentions. And the same is true for them. Or another one, when it comes to being able to purchase chipsets. It's something that I've gone over many times here. It would be really nice if we were able to actually buy a charging chip to fix a device. And as I go over in this video, a charging chip that we used to be able to buy is a chip that we are no longer able to purchase. If you go to that manufacturer, they will tell you we cannot make that chip available. We are only allowed to sell it to these particular vendors, which is not the way it was in the distant past. I would link you to the Facebook post that had that. I'm actually going to include a link in the description. Unfortunately, that post has been deleted, because most likely because I've been linking to it for the past 3 years as evidence that this is a problem, and it was on Renaissance's page. I can't find deleted Facebook posts, but if you have a way to do it, the link is down below, and it would be great. The TLDR of that is somebody is asking for the ability to purchase this chip from the manufacturer, and the manufacturer says, I'm sorry, due to exclusivity agreements, we are not able to sell you this chip. Again, this is not a chip that has some secret, secure trade secrets inside of it. It is literally a charging chip that says, like, when you, it's a buck converter. Like, when you plug in the charger, take 20 volts and turn it into 12.6. Like, this is technology we've had for like 30 years now. It's switching power supply, and that is not made available. Again, do they have the ability and the right to do that under current law? Technically, yes, they do. Again, and do I think that was done out of some plan where people are smoking cigars in a back room and saying, those repair people will not be able to fix anything anymore? Yes. Probably not. But again, do I care about that at this point in time? No, I don't. What I care about is the effect that it has on the end consumer, on the marketplace, and your ability to fix what you own. If you create a problem for us, and then we bring you that problem, and you ignore us, and then for years we bring you that problem and you ignore us, and then when we finally go to a legislature, instead of saying, oh man, I'm so sorry we created this problem for you, let's try and work with you, you say, no, we're going to lie and fearmonger and convince them that you guys are all savages that don't know what you're doing, that are going to destroy the security of our products and pre-install TikTok on customer devices. The traitors!
Okay, guys, we've been live for 3.5 hours. I know that GSP Girl and Roy Rat are here, so you guys, the two of you, don't have to say anything. And Jesse Strobel might still be here, paid with good intentions. But is anybody else here? And if you are, let me know in the chats right now if you're here watching, guys. Because if not, I'm just going to turn it off and go eat lunch and stuff. I got things I can do for sure. Is anybody here? Steve Running is here with the hashtag Keep It Open. Any more people here, guys? Go eat lunch, biggin, says Jesse Strobel. I waited till I was hungry. I don't want to wait till I'm really hungry. I only want to eat so much. I mean, I'll probably eat lunch right here. But, you know, if I could have got some responses from more people, I'd keep it open. That's the deal, guys. If I can get people in here to say they're here and they want the show to keep going, we'll keep going. You know, it's got to be a good number of people. So, cool, guys. I'm going to give you one more minute, you guys. Let me know in the chat. You'll still be around when I come back. Roy Rat? Really? I kind of feel bad. You and GSP Girl are having a very nice conversation. And I'm enjoying watching what you guys are saying. So, you know, if I could just get a few more people to say they're here. enjoying the content, then I will keep going. But alas, no one does. Alright, I gave you guys a whole other minute of time to respond. So I know. I mean, now, granted, some of you guys, while you're watching, it'll get paused and then you'll hit play again. You'll forget to catch up to live. I understand that, you know, there might be a lot of people that are like behind. I don't know how many people get behind in the podcast. So you might hear this late. You might be nowhere near this point in the video. But for next time that you're paying attention, make sure that when you watch the podcast that you are updated by clicking the live button, and then you're with us in real time. All right, you guys, take care, man. I would have given you plenty of content, man. Go touch grass, GSP girl. I do it all the time. I already took my dog out for a walk this morning. All right, bye, everybody. Plenty of content coming later, guys. Absolutely. I'll probably be playing some video games. Probably be playing some COD. So, if you want to see that. And if this market explodes, I want to be live. Harmony 1 just is at 996. Jesse Strobel says salud. Yeah, man. Harmony 1 just shot up. Matic shot up. So that's cool. Those two went up. Oh, Ethereum went up a little bit too. It's great. Oh, it's great. Alright, bye guys. Oh, I'm on Twitter at Nays Garden. I'm on True Social at Nays Garden. So, you can check me out over there because I'm tweeting all the time. Twitter, Nays Garden. Alright, bye guys. Thank you for watching my show.